Welcome back to another episode of the Mega Man Cave. Guess what? It's time for some more Earthbound talk. Yeah, I know. Kevin, can't we talk about something else for once? Well, not this time, guys. Not this time. Earthbound is one of the most peculiar video games of all time, with its ordinary yet whimsical presentation and wide array of interesting characters. I did a video a couple of years ago revolving around the origins of Gygus, possibly the most unnerving video game boss in existence. We explored who, or what, he was, his motive for his destruction and transformation throughout the entire Mother series. For those of you who have played Earthbound, you know firsthand how many unexplained characters and storylines the game possesses. Today, we delve into the second most interesting character in the Mother series' arsenal and uncover the curious case of Porky Minch. Warning: the following video contains heavy spoilers for the Mother series. Please proceed at your own risk. Oh, and also, I use Pokey and Porky interchangeably quite a lot throughout the video, because, you know, this crap gets confusing after a while. If there has been one character serving as a relative constant in the Mother series, at least the second two games, it is Porky, or Pokey Minch. Not only does he try to ruin Ness and his other friends' plans multiple times in Earthbound, but he also serves as the main antagonist in Mother 3. But how did this kid grow to become such an evil, power-obsessed villain who would stop at nothing to ruin our protagonists' lives? How did he achieve his power and influence? And how is he even in Mother 3 in the first place? Does Porky even hate Ness? Or is he just jealous of all the responsibility and prestige Ness accumulates throughout Earthbound's story? Let's find out. The chubby, unassuming next-door neighbor without discernible eyes crashes into Ness's life almost immediately after Earthbound begins, looking to join you on your voyage to the meteor landing site. Along with his vastly braver younger brother Picky, Pokey escorts Ness to help meet Buzz and learn about the dire state concerning the fate of all mankind, despite cowering pretty much the entire time. After this encounter and Buzz's premature end by way of Porky's mom's palm, he is separated from your party for good. But that is not the last of Porky Minch. According to the small amount of backstory we get in Earthbound, Ness appears to be Porky's only friend. But he seems to be friend in name more than anything else. Throughout Ness and his friend's arduous journey, Porky shows up multiple times, each with an intensifying hatred for Ness and everything that he stands for. Porky first resurfaces as a high priest of the Happiest cult led by Carpainter. He kidnaps Paula with the intention of performing a human sacrifice, which is honestly pretty disturbing stuff considering this is a preteen boy in a K-A game. But, you know, who am I to say? After Ness rescues Paula, Porky appears and orders two of the cult's followers to attack them. After the cult is disbanded, he tries to befriend Ness again, only to run off, revealing that he was lying. From then on, little is actually shown of him by way of Earthbound's story, but quite a bit can be dug up if we look a bit deeper. Throughout Ness and his friend's trip to Forside, it is discovered that Porky and his dad started working with the mayor of the city, Geldegard Monitori, under the guise of a business consultant. I'm not really sure whether this was done in hopes of becoming rich and powerful, but that's exactly what ended up happening. Porky uses his new fame and fortune to live high on the hog. Okay, that was pun intended there. During Monitori's subsequent demise, Porky panics and ends up stealing the mayor's helicopter as he looks to maintain his lifestyle. Ness finds the helicopter crashed in the deep darkness later in the game, furthering the question of just what is this kid up to? At some point throughout the story, Porky joins Gygus' ranks and helps the amorphous being build his power behind the scenes. He also steals the phase distorter from Apple Kid and Dr. Andonitz in order to travel to the Cave of the Past in order to continue Gygus' incubation. From here, if you're watching the video, you remember Porky showing up in that mech spider thing and attempting to spoil Ness's fun once and for all. But why? Why is Porky Minch so obsessed with destroying Ness's life? Why is he so incredibly focused on helping Gygas, the most terrifying and powerful being in the world, in order to subsequently vanquish all of human existence? We take a character who started as an innocent kid with a few outspoken moments, and he devolves into a monster with an insatiable thirst for power. What went wrong here? There are definitely some theories out there. The first and most simple theory is that Porky just succumbed to his greed. By following in his father's footsteps, Porky inherited a longing sense of being the most powerful and wealthy boy on the planet. He's also easy to jump ship when the going gets tough. There's plenty of evidence of that. He flees the Happy Happy cult when Ness shows up to disband things, runs away in a helicopter when the mayor of Fourside is exposed, and even travels through time to avoid being wrapped up in the demise of Gygas. This greed eventually leads to the prevalence in Mother 3, with his seemingly immortal body and mind ruling over Lucas and the gang. And I mean, he can't get much more dominant than his giant floating airship thingy. But what if he just wanted to be Ness's friend? The friendship theory is honestly one of the more bizarre that I've found, especially considering the crescendo of Porky's evil escapades throughout the series. It's clear that in the beginning of Earthbound that Ness is Pokey's only friend, which is honestly kind of sad. Perhaps instead of settling on becoming the evil monster we've gotten to know him as, the only reason for his antics were to compete for Ness's attention? I know it might seem a bit crazy, but just imagine for a second. Your parents force you to separate from your BFF, at least in your mind, and the only way to win him back is to achieve world dominance. Maybe Pokey just has a really messed up way to show his friendship, or he's become obsessed with being Ness's friend. Shigesato Itoi himself even added a bit of validation here when interviewed, stating that Porky does not have any friends, and therefore likely played only with Ness most of the time. There's also even a bit of proof here when Pokey appears to show some remorse and apologize to Ness after the Happy Happy cult incident, only to appear to be shunned by our speechless protagonist, and even more so by paying homage to his old friend in Mother 3. Yep, that's Ness's yo-yo. One of the glaring problems with this theory is Pokey's actions following the end of Earthbound. If all he was trying to do was win Ness over, what was the point of time traveling 1,000 years into the future to Lucas's time period? Did he really need to escape that desperately? Why couldn't he just admit defeat after that fateful battle with Ness and hope to become friends again? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Well, I'll leave you to B Squared's video on the matter for more information. The last and most likely case for Pokey's evil tendencies in this video that I will explore is ultimately the most sad. Sometimes the way you are raised and circumstances that you're in rot you to the core. Sometimes there is no returning to a normal way of life. This type of treatment or environment can rock you to the very core and literally tarnish your soul for the rest of the time. This is truly what I believe happened to Pokey Minch. And just think about it for a moment. When Pokey first joins Ness and his dog to scout out the meteor in Earthbound, his parents become so frustrated that they give the boys a good old whipping and ban the kids from ever talking to Ness again. Honestly, I found that pretty extreme given the fact that they were only gone for a bit of time, but I guess Ness's silent treatment comes off as rude to adults? I can't see why. In the Japanese version, he was to be punished by being spanked 100 times, changed to 10 decades without dessert in English. Aw, so much nicer. It's here that we get a glimpse of Pokey's childhood reality. What must it be like to live a life in that household? What Pokey and Picky must be subjected to on a day-to-day basis sounds excruciating and sad. Perhaps it affected Pokey more due to his age, causing him to fall into a dark stupor. Throughout the rest of Earthbound, we never really get a glimpse into Pokey's inner thoughts, but the times that we do see him are good reminders of the troubled soul he had become. Fast forward to Mother 3 and we can truly see the effects of Porky's madness. Using time travel to his advantage, he has ruthlessly taken over an entire city, leaving hopelessness and devastation in his wake. Porky has enslaved its entire populace and from using time travel too much has devolved into an old man confined to a spider mech. Though not many explicit details are shared regarding how he got like that, his impact is easily understood by looking at the world around you. Toward the end of the game, Lucas meets a young Porky who even offers to become your friend, perhaps paying homage to his previous self, only to recant and attack your party. Truly sad, truly troubling. Have you ever gotten to know somebody with a troubled soul like Porky Minch? Someone who seemed so evil or reckless on the outside, whose actions were contrived from a product of their environment? This is who I believe Porky to be. And honestly, it's really freaking sad. A character so evil, spawning from a series of unfortunate circumstances. A sad tale of watching someone's humanity wither into nothingness. And then there's also the theory of Gygus and how he created that Pokey and the spider thing just to attract Ness and make him feel bad for attacking him, but I'm not going to get into that. Well, now that I've ruined your day, there you have it, the story of Porky Minch. It goes without saying that he is the most intriguing character in Earthbound, and one of the most peculiar in video game history. I mean, what other game do you fight like a 12-year-old boy as one of the final bosses? I love doing these Earthbound deep dive videos, so please let me know what other things you'd like me to cover in the comments below. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe, enable notifications, like the video, and please comment down below, letting me know what you think about Pokey or Porky or anything else Earthbound related. Alright guys, this is going to do it for me today. I'll catch you next time.